Lightning strikes every time she moves, and everybody's watching her, but she's looking at you.
Hey guys, so today's video is surrounding contour and highlight. I wanted to do a video for you guys just to show you guys how I do it. Now, of course, this is going to be different for everyone. When you do learn how to do this, you're going to tweak it and make it your own, which I think everybody does. So I'm just going to show you my version. Hopefully, some of the steps that I do helps you in some way to kind of understand what works and what doesn't. So we're very up close. I just wanted to get started like this because I felt like it would be easier. So right now I have a full face on, and usually when you're doing contour and highlight, that for me that's usually my last step, which means I've put on foundation, I've put on lashes, everything else, and then my contour and highlight is basically the last thing that I put on. For contour and highlight, basically all you need is you need a concealer that's at least 1 or 2 shades lighter than your skin tone. You're gonna need a darker shade, which is like maybe 1 or 2 shades darker than your skin tone. I always need a beauty blender because that's what I use to put my powder when I want to set my concealer. Any brush, you can apply your contour with a beauty sponge or with actual brushes. When it comes down to my actual contour, I like brushes that are very precise, and for me these are very precise, but I just have both of them because I'm not sure which one I'm going to use yet. But usually whichever ones are more precise in making that line, especially when you're going down your nose area, that's the brush that you're going to want to use. It's always good to set your contour, especially when you're doing your cheek area, with a powder. So if you're using a cream, it's always good to set it with a powder right after. So that's what I'm going to be using. My concealer and my contour shade are both creams, so you definitely want to have powder to set the contour. For the concealer, you're setting with any translucent powder, whatever you can use. I use Laura Mercier, whatever translucent powder it is that you use, you can use that. And of course you can go in with a little bit of bronzer after and some setting spray to set everything. So to start off, first I'm going to start off with my concealer. So I'm going to use my beauty blender for this. So I'm going to take the rounded side, and I'm actually using the Morphe concealer palette. Just going to open it so you guys can have an idea. This is what it looks like. There's a bunch of different shades in here, and for my contour I use this really dark shade here, and most likely for my concealer I'm going to use this shade here. So we're gonna start off with that. So I'm just going to put my concealer in, which I rather it with the sponge. I don't know why, but I feel like I don't get carried away, because really all you want the concealer to do, you want to highlight under your eyes. So I don't really go too crazy with this step. The whole thing came out. Did you guys see that? So I just go in with dabbing motions. I mean, you really want to take it easy because remember, your face is already done, so you can either make or break this step. Right, so I go in like this. Then I'm gonna use the tip now, which I think is better for more precise. I'm gonna go straight down my nose. Just gonna do a few steps here, Cupid's bow, and on my chin. Right? So this is the conceal part. So we're gonna go into contour now, and You can do both of them at the same time. I like doing it like this and then going in and setting. So I'm going to take that same dark shade that I showed you guys from before. I'm going to dip my brush in here. And I'm going to contour my nose. So I usually go straight down like this. And straight down like this. Now for the cheek area, I do have my hair clipped, so hopefully you guys can see this. You want to make like a puffy face, like a fish, I guess. That's the best way I can describe it. So it's the easiest way to find out where your contour should fall, which is in that area. So I'm going to do that. And I hope you guys can see this. But that's on my contour. We're going to do the other one. That's the other line. Just going to go in with this line a little bit more. You could also do the jawline. I'll do it just for the sake of this video. But usually I'm not really interested in doing that. So we're just gonna do, and this is a good step if you want to give the illusion that your jaw is more precise than it actually is. Or in my case, you know, I have a little bit of flubber down here because I have a very rounded face. So if I do this step, it'll make everything look a little more chiseled, which I actually like. Now we're gonna take beauty sponge and we are going to blend this in, so just like you would if you're blending foundation. So I'm gonna go straight down, blend the one on my nose. This one is already blended because we already did this. Okay, so now we're gonna take your setting powder, and I'm gonna just get my Laura Mercier here. Gonna take the same sponge, and I'm going to set my under eye. Just like so. And we're gonna go straight down the nose, set that as well. Go on the forehead. I don't really do too much in those areas, but you still want it to get powder. And the chin area. So we're setting that. You're gonna look a little crazy, but trust me, you're gonna look very fab when you're done. So that's that. Now I'm going to blend out my contour. So you could blend this up. I feel like just dabbing into it kind of makes it dissolve, and that kind of works for me. But most people like to blend upward like this. But I feel like whatever works for you. Do the jawline. Okay. I'm gonna take a little bit more of the Laura Mercier. We're going to basically make a line under this contour that we just did. So you're just gonna take your powder and you're gonna chisel this out. This is going to help to make the contour even more prominent. So this step is very important. Okay, so now that we have that down packed, we are going to dust everything away. So I usually start with the one under my eye because I usually start here first, the one in the middle. Leave the one on the sides. That's what I normally do, but you can maneuver this how you want. Any step is not. And then I go for the nose one. And this one you want to blend in very, very well, because you don't want to have like a harsh line right there. So this one is very important to blend in. You want to blend this one in very, very well, because you want it to look like you got a new nose, but you don't want it to be noticeable. You don't want people to actually know. So just a little bit more. Just want to get right in the corner. Okay. And now I'll just take a little bit of powder, and you can just go down the nose like this. This is just to basically set what you just did. So going down like this and down like that. So that's to set that. We're gonna brush this away. Now we're gonna go in with our powder that we're going to use to basically set the cream. And I'm gonna use this by MAC. This is just a powder. This is Studio Fix in NW43. This was actually a powder that I got by accident. So it was as you can see, it's a lot darker than my skin complexion. So I just use it to basically, I use it to set my contour. So we're literally putting that right in the same area where we put the contour. I actually don't do this on my nose, but you could, as long as you use a smaller brush. Gonna use a different brush just to blend out this area a little bit better. Woo. Now we're going to dust this off of the nose area. And then we're gonna take a different brush now, which I'm gonna use a different brush with the same powder, and we're going to use that to set the contour. So we're literally gonna use it like this. Gonna go back in with my beauty blender, and I'm just gonna make that a lot more subtle. Now, here's the thing. Everything's gonna look a little weird at first, but once you spray, everything's gonna start looking better. So now that we have that done, I'm going to do just a little bit of highlight. Just in this area right here. I'm gonna go down the nose area, which is one of the places I like. Cupid's bow, you could do on the chin if you're into that sort of thing. And now we're going to basically set everything in. I'm gonna spray some Urban Decay. No lipstick today because I just want to stick to the face so you guys can tell the difference. So don't mind my eyeliner because this is makeup I had from earlier, so I do tend to mess with my inner corner of my eye a lot. So but this is, yeah, so this is how you highlight and contour, guys. I hope this helped you in some way. Like I said, this is my version of how I highlight and contour. There's so many different videos out there of how to do it. I, for one, don't feel like there's a specific right way to do it. Everybody's face is different. We're all made beautifully in our own way. So, of course, once you get the basics down, then you can just maneuver this technique however that suits your face and your liking, and your face will be just as highlighted and contoured as any other person out there. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this quick video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you guys get an alert anytime I post and upload. If there's any other videos you guys want to see, let me know in the comment section. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys on my next video. Bye.